Running big warehouses as a warehouse manager is a great experience, but designing a warehouse is an exciting task which you all should experience at least once in your supply chain career. How about we get the same excitement by solving this case study, warehouse layout and operations design for a footwear retailer. Hello everyone, welcome to supplychainway.com. I am Alvis Lazarus, your supply chain coach from Supply Chain Way. So as usual, I'm going to give you the details of the case. So this from the industry retail, it is a B2C. The category is footwear. The complexity is 7 out of 10. So in my scale, 7 means it's really tough. Not just that, this is going to take a lot of time to solve this case as well. So let's get into the details of the business. The organization name is Heezall Footwear Inc. Actual name of the organization is Masked. So Heezall Footwear Inc. is an offline retailer of footwear, obviously. From here, the organization will be referenced as Heezall. Heezall owns and manages their end-to-end of supply chain. They manufacture footwear, stock them at their main warehouse. The customers visit the offline stores, finalize the product, they place the order at the store, make the payment and move on. The order is pushed to the main warehouse of Heezall, processed as per the cutoff, and the products are directly delivered to the customer. So this is the supply chain of Heezall, and Heezall manages it end to end. Coming back to the business case, the burning issue is at the Heezall's main warehouse. And the good news is Heezall is having a great time. The forecast shows multifold increase in demand, but the main warehouse is actually not prepared for it. So it is not designed for that capacity, and it will run out of space in next few months. So at the Heezall's board meeting, the following decisions are taken to basically mitigate this risk. Number one, a brand new warehouse would be constructed. The entire main warehouse operations would be transitioned to the new warehouse from the current facility. The new warehouse would be designed to take care of sales forecast up to next 2 years. The new warehouse should be ready within next 3 quarters, that is 9 months. So the new warehouse design and the plan should be ready within next 30 days. So these are the things which are decided in the board meeting. So what is your role? So considering the complexity of the project, Heezall decided to hire an external warehouse design and operations consultant. After a stringent selection process, you are hired as the warehouse and operations consultant to lead the warehouse solution design for this project. So once you have submitted your solution design, Heezall would then form an execution team to realize the design, what you would be submitting. So what is the available data? So we have basically the sales data day-wise for the past 6 months, with the unit of measurement being each, that is one pair of footwear is available. And for that, the MRP by SKU is also available. So this sheet, the name is Heezall Footwear Data.xls, can be downloaded from the description down to this video. You can also visit our website supplychainway.com, search for this particular case, and you will be able to download the sheet. So the data is given, that's a sales data. So solution design, the warehouse consultant is expected to do the following list of things and submit as a report. And the very important thing, you need to follow the same sequence in which I'm going to explain you the report should be, or the way you are going to arrive at the solution design. And each of those design parameters have to be backed up with data. This is very important. So number one, based on the sales data and trend, you need to estimate the maximum quantity of stock that must be stored for each product. Consolidate and report the maximum number of pairs to be kept in stock. So basis that you can then calculate the total inventory cost, Maximum storage quantities and cost, you should estimate it for two scenarios, one for a service full of 95% and one for a service full of 99.5%. You also should show a comparison table or a graph to explain what is the difference in quantities between 95% and 99.5%. Number two, you should estimate the maximum quantity of stock and inventory cost for 2 years from now, considering at 25% year-on-year growth in terms of quantity for only the fast-moving SKUs, and the rest of the SKUs 5% as year-on-year growth. The service fill would be 95%. For this estimation, you need to just stick on to one service fill, which is 95%. Number three, calculate the storage area in square feet needed, considering the maximum stock to be stored by 2 years from now, service fill of 95%. You should also refer to the section key information before you do this. Anyway, while I'm explaining, I'm also going to take you through the key information section. As a consultant, you need to take a decision on the type of storage, whether it's a bin, whether it is going to be a rack, or what kind of material handling equipments, aisle size, storage method, retrieval method, material handling. All these decisions you need to take such that the operations is optimized. When I say optimized, it is between the space utilization, operational efficiency versus the capital requirement. And you need to document the various options you have tried with clear representation of storage structure and material flow in a diagram using images or vector. And for each option, you need to estimate the storage space required, type of equipment and quantity, and capital requirement. And then list the option which you have selected and why. So how many options to work out? Only 2 or 3, it's totally up to you. Number 4, the maximum number of lines inbound plus outbound that are processed in a day has to be arrived from the sales data, and you should also refer the inbound shipment details from the key information section. Considering the sales growth projection for the next 2 years, you need to estimate these lines. It is very important as well. Basis that, you estimate the processing area and square feet needed for inbound and outbound. Very, very important thing, you should estimate it by each activity as well. In the information section, again, I'm going to explain you what are all the activities involved and what kind of cycle times involved as well. So basis that, you need to factor space for workstations, the storages, aisles for movement. All those details has to be done and should be part of the processing area. Number 5, Heizol footwear operations have returns of 2%, and these stocks which are coming back will stay for a maximum of 15 days in the warehouse before they are liquidated in a bulk. So that means 15 days these stocks will get accumulated and then one shot it goes out of the warehouse. So basis that, you need to estimate the space needed for returns. For returns as well, there is a set of activities to be followed, which is there in the key information section. You need to consider that as well when you design the space for returns. Number 6, for the current operations, calculate the number of people needed for inbound, inventory, outbound, and other activities like returns. Also estimate the management staff needed. You can again refer the key information section for the cycle times, and you already have the volumes data. Basis that, you need to come up with the number of people needed. Accordingly, decide on the size of the office in square feet as well. Number 7, now you have all the areas, storage is there, processing is there, office is there. Consider all the areas calculated till now and feel free to include any other areas which may be important for the business, and estimate the total size of the warehouse needed in square feet. Number 8, Heizol has 4 delivery cutoffs: 10 a.m., 12 a.m., 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. and mostly the load is even. For example, if 100 pairs are sold every day, 10, 12, 2 and 4, each cutoff has 25 pieces. So you can consider the load is even. The customer spread is as follows: 40% of daily deliveries are within the 15 kilometers from the warehouse. Rest 40% are within 16 to 30 kilometers from the warehouse. And rest, that is 20% of the deliveries, are within 50 kilometers from the warehouse. So considering this, you need to tell how many docks are needed for inbound and outbound, what type and number of trucks that are needed at each cutoff. Because now you have the boxes per cutoff, you need to calculate it, the volume, the weight of the shipment. Basis that you decide what is the ideal truck size, that basically what is the type and how many are needed. Number 9, now you have all the information you need. Draw a block layout of the warehouse showing the size of the warehouse, areas for specific activities as you have already calculated, and the material flow. You can detail the layout with vectors. You can represent the activities, storages, people, workstations. It's up to you. You make it as close as possible, and you can use basically an Excel, or you can use a PowerPoint. This is kind of a schematic diagram. You no need to do it for scale, but you can show the overall sizes and also the details of what is happening within the warehouse. Last one, submit a capex and opex for the facility startup. So all the equipments you have considered, everything should be part of your capex, and in your opex the size of your warehouse, and you can fairly assume a rate per square feet. Then you need to consider everything what is needed in a warehouse, like electricity, people, consumables, etc., etc. So I leave it to you to understand the capex and opex and then build it for the facility. So these are the 10 things which are expected part of the solution design and should be part of your report. Coming to the key information, following are the key information and protocols which must be considered or followed during the solution design. The footwear is stored in a standard box which is 30 cm length, 15 cm width and 20 cm height. While storing, you always rest the length and width dimension down. That means the 30 cm by 15 is the one which would be resting on the ground or a shelf, wherever you are resting the box on. The weight of each pair of footwear with the box is 150 grams. Individual boxes can be stacked up to 5 high, that is 1 and 4 above. Totally 5 boxes stacked one over another. That is what is possible. You should not be stacking more than that. The shape of the warehouse is rectangular. That is, the length to width ratio is 4:1. The docks of the warehouse are on the length side only, and the usable height of the warehouse is 16 feet. These are all very key information. You need to note down each of this before you start solving the case. Heesol's operation is a piece in, piece out operation. The footwear comes in boxes, goes out in boxes, and each box contains one pair of footwear. The supplier will not palletize the product at any cost, and we cannot ship products palletized as well. That means external to the warehouse, there is no option of palletization. This should not be violated in your design, but within the warehouse, you are free to palletize the product if you feel that is the optimum solution. The products are stored in the warehouse with one product in one location, and it is very strictly followed throughout. So no two products will be stored in a single location. When I say location, it is basically a place within a shelf or a rack. But single product can occupy multiple locations. Heesol has a supply lead time of 15 to 18 days and demand variability of 20% on the higher side for their fast moving products, and a demand variability of 10% for rest of the SKUs. The fast moving SKUs are the top 20% of the products which have the maximum sales by quantity. Though I say 20%, you are free to run an ABC analysis and decide which are your fast movers. I leave that to you. Heesol warehouse operates for 9 hours with working time of 8 hours. The time window available for inbound is 6 hours and outbound is 4 hours. Inbound shipment comes once every week to the warehouse. Inbound quality check is done for only 20% of the products in the shipment. Heesol's warehouse activities and cycle time for each box is given below. So just to keep the case simpler, what we can assume is no matter what kind of material flow or equipment what you're going to decide, the cycle times remains the same. This is only considered for this case just to keep it simpler. In reality, it is totally different. So you know that already. You can just consider it as same only for this case. But you are free to change the mode of operation as per the material handling equipment and storage structure you have selected. So this is the data given in terms of the cycle times for each activity per box. Action plan. Play the role of the warehouse design and operations consultant and complete the solution design for HESOL's main warehouse. The report should contain all the information asked for in the same order as mentioned in the solution design section. The calculations can be submitted in Excel or any other format. The report should be made in a MS PowerPoint or Word document. The choice is yours. Design related standards and assumptions can be made, but they should not violate any information or protocols mentioned in the case, and those standards and assumptions considered have to be clearly documented in the report. I'll also suggest refer standards like OSHA or the goods distribution standards, and then make your assumptions, or consider the industry benchmarks to make those assumptions. Then it will be fairly close to the reality. But at any point of time, it should not violate the information or protocols mentioned in the document. So that's about this case. I'm sure you understand the case. Still, if you have any questions or clarifications on the data or some of the terms which are used in the business case, if you have any clarification, feel free to write down on the comment section. And once you're done with the case, you can submit the same at info@supplychainway.com, or you can just share the gist of your solutions to understand whether you're on the right track. You can feel free to write down in the comment sections as well. I wish you all the best in successfully solving this business case. Thank you so much.